Pitch on the home of the Woody Show.
You know?
No. Alt 98.7.
All in or all out.
LA's new alternative.
Portions of this program will be recorded.
The Woody Show is back.
And we're into another new hour. Insensitivity training for a politically correct world. Here on this, it's a Thursday morning. It's a pre-Friday.
Sweet.
Nice. It's April the 18th, 2024. I'm Woody. That's Ravy.
Good morning.
There's Greg Goring.
What's up, Wood?
Week won't end, Greg.
No.
It refuses to die.
Really?
It's as fast as last week went. This week is
Right there
Craving
with
for
you.
you?
yeah.
Remember how last week went by? This week's not going by.
Yeah, this week is just stalled.
It really
Really?
has.
Oh yeah,
It's chugging.
Gone pretty
all day
quick.
yesterday. I thought it was Thursday.
Yeah.
I
I
would
was-
wake up today and go,
yeah.
wait, today's Thursday?
Yeah.
I was with you because I had a meeting, which I thought was Thursday, and I thought yesterday was Thursday.
Right.
Yeah.
But
And
here
I
we
was
are.
Totally thrown off.
No, that's just today.
Yep.
Now
Anyway.
you get to meet today.
There's Menace.
What's
we got
up?
Seabass. We got Sammy.
Morning.
Phones are open 877-44-WOODY. You can hit us up with a text over to 22987. So this Boeing whistleblower, not the one who mysteriously died.
Right.
Yes.
Not that one. This is a different one. This guy's an engineer for the company. I don't know if you saw anything about this story, but he testified for this Senate subcommittee about how Boeing hid problems with the manufacturing process, and they started pushing pieces together with excessive force to make it appear that gaps don't exist. Now, the gaps, they say, are small, like typically the width of a human hair.
Okay.
So you would think, okay, whatever. But they said, and he was explaining that when you're operating at 35,000 feet, it could be the difference between life and death.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And he provided presentations by other engineers on the difficulties the mechanics have encountered assembling the fuselages of
Right.
the 777s. Those are the big
Yeah.
ones.
Okay.
Those 777s are massive because the parts wouldn't align. And he said, quote, I literally saw people jumping on the pieces of the airplane to get them to align.
Oh, my God.
And then he said when he brought this information up to his superiors,
Like internally.
he says that he received physical threats, and his boss even said to him at one point during a meeting, quote, I would have killed someone who said what you said.
Oh, my God. Didn't hear that part.
Whoa.
You're talking about life and death
We're
stuff,
talking
man.
about freaking airplanes,
Right.
guys.
And safety.
And then they
Yeah.
moved him to another department or something because he was pointing these things out.
I mean, is there
Like, I think they shuffled him around.
also is there that much in bonuses, or if you get
Oh, I'm
something
sure.
complete?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's
That
freaky.
people are willing to kill each other over it.
Is he going into some kind of protection?
I know.
But- And the thing is, like, he says he wants to continue working at Boeing because he's protected under the whistleblower, whatever.
Oh, sure,
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
wow.
walk away.
Yeah, it's like there's people who,
You have
you know,
security guards going out in the parking lot.
He
They-
wants to be sure you guys are safe.
like people who sue their company for their job back. Like, why would you want that job
Right.
back? And I know sometimes they're just trying to get the back pay or what they were owed, or
Yeah.
that I understand. But like, this guy really wants to stay working at Boeing. I don't understand why.
Yeah, just report and then find a new job.
Go work at Airbus.
Or he wants to make things better, maybe.
Go work
Yeah,
at
he
Embraer.
wants to improve what's
Yeah.
going on at Boeing.
Work at
I
Citation.
celebrate him.
But do you want to work with the same person who threatened to kill you?
No, not so much.
Well,
No.
maybe he's thinking like, oh, those people are out.
Yeah,
because
that
apparently,
dude's gonna get
Well, yeah,
fired.
if they're out.
The
apparently,
threatener.
From what I heard, they used to have a whole different management system.
Yes.
And then it changed.
Right, that's what they said. Like, the
Yeah.
engineers used to actually be in charge of Boeing.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
now it's bean counters.
That was years ago, though.
Yeah. But, like, once it switched over to bean counters, that's when you have the problems. That's
Correct.
when you're jumping on planes trying to
Just to
get
things
stuff to
align.
fit.
That's
Correct.
every company.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
There you go.
Hate that.
Except, we're talking about 35,000
Yeah.
feet in the air at hundreds of miles an hour.
You're talking about
Right.
Greg Gorey's safety.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his hand wrapped around a seatbelt, pulling
Yeah.
it as tight as possible.
Thinking that the tighter he holds on, the safer it is.
Right.
True.
Right.
At least from turbulence.
Because that's the thing. Hey, speaking of being on planes, it looks like the phasing out of reclining seats has begun. Airlines, they're updating their planes, and as they're doing that, they're replacing them with seats that are in a fixed position.
Okay.
And there's a number of reasons for that. Number one, the seats don't, they're not reclining, so they don't have the mechanical parts. That means less maintenance. Also, the seats, they're lighter because they don't have all that stuff,
All the mechanisms.
which means that they keep their fuel costs down. And another big reason is reclining causes a lot of issues with passengers and flight attendants.
Yes, it does.
Truth.
People getting pissed because the person in front of them is reclining into their, quote, limited space.
Right.
Spilled drinks, damaged electronics, things like that. So
Hair all over you.
they say eventually if you want to recline, you're going to have to buy a first class seat. Those will still recline.
Okay. I do hate it when the person reclines in front.
I haven't reclined in years.
I always recline.
You do?
I don't think I can get through a flight without reclining.
Yeah.
But you are the smallest person in here.
Yeah,
That
but
doesn't matter
Every
on the
seat, even
seat
in coach.
reclining.
it's
I'm saying, but even every seat in coach is plenty of room.
sure, but I find it so uncomfortable because they put the headrests and it hits me just right in the wrong spot that pushes my head forward.
There's
and
no
I'm very
way that your head is that
uncomfortable,
high on the
so I
seat.
have to lean back. No, it's too low is the problem. Like it doesn't sit in the cushion the way it's supposed to.
it's
So
like
it hits
right
on an
above.
awkward spot that pushes me forward.
Or Sammy's
so I
head-
need to recline.
Where Sammy's head lands is everybody else's lumbar support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about little people problems. Like the average Joe.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, man, for
Doesn't-
kids, like, every seat's first class. You could stretch out.
Yeah.
There's,
I'm glad you brought it up. They need to redesign the seats to give you lumbar support. Have you noticed that airplane seats kind of go backwards at the lumbar area? They should
Yeah.
go forward. You know what I mean? They should,
I see.
They should bulge out.
so instead of
they go
instead of the curve going
Yeah.
in, the curve should come
I
out like a
see.
baby bump.
Because you get off a flight and your back is killing you.
And can we just get rid of the headrests? We don't need them. Just be a chair.
That
I
is
like
for
you
safety
need 'em.
reasons.
I like the headrest because you can take the little wings of them and pull them out, and it's just enough tension
Oh, yeah.
I do love those.
that you can lean your head on it.
Yeah.
I always thought like, oh, it's just going to push it straight back. They figured it out.
They
They have
Yeah.
just enough tension to
If
hold
you're
your head
tall
right.
enough, maybe I just need to bring something
need
to
to
sit
bring-
on
Maybe you
to
need a
make me
booster
taller.
seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring a booster.
Phone book or something.
Yeah.
Bring a
We're going to get a
booster.
phone book.
Bring a
What's
pillow.
what's a phone book?
It's a phone book.
Yeah.
Bring a booster seat. Bring a squatty potty
Yeah.
and sit on that.
So no more reclining. I did see there was a picture. Somebody got on the plane, and you know how like you go to a restaurant, and if you have a coat on, sometimes you'll drape it over the back of your chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what somebody did with their airplane seat, and so their jacket was basically
super.
hanging in front of the person behind
Oh,
the
yeah?
screen. And they're
What
like,
the
"Are you
hell?"
serious?" The flight attendant came
Yeah.
out and said, "Yeah, you can't do that."
Yeah, we're not going to be doing that today.
The person whose screen they were blocking didn't want to be confrontational, or whatever, and just didn't say anything. Waited for the flight attendant to deal with it.
Yeah.
But like-
That's a good way to go, I think.
But people are oblivious.
They are.
I'd be hitting the ding button.
Oblivious. That, or you'll see chicks with really long hair, kind of putting their
Oh.
hair.
I'd be hitting the ding button.
One
You
of
know.
my biggest pet peeves.
Or we've seen pictures where, the person in the row behind you sticks their bare foot or their socked foot in between the seats, like so on your armrest.
Yeah. So weird.
And like all of a sudden your elbow's hitting something, you look, it's like person behind you's foot.
That's when I accidentally lose control of my drink.
Yeah.
Whoops.
What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I just yipped all over your foot.
Yep. 877-44-WOODY is the phone number. Hit us up with a text. You can send that over to 22987.
The Woody Show. We'll be right back. Now here's where it gets real good. This will give Greg Gorey some much needed time to think about everything he's gonna vacuum when he gets home later.